Welcome back, MTG Joe here. The ladder has reset. It is the climb to Mythic event, time, race, whatever you want to call it. Let's try to get Mythic. I usually like seeing if in like the first day or two. We do have time to try to make a push for it, but the standard best of one ladder is predominantly dominated by aggressive based decks. You have the mono red burn, mono red aggro, various white based aggressive decks. So I want to try something a little different. To be honest, Standard's very stale right now. I don't want to just put out a video of here's mono red aggro that everyone's seen. Instead, we're going to try a kind of rampy mono red control big red deck. Koth is a really fun planeswalker. If you ultimate it, every mountain becomes 4 damage, scalable removal, and then also helps you dig for lands in your deck. We have Jaya that can make tokens, provide card advantage, and then copy instants and sorcery. So that's kind of your planeswalker package, but we have an artifact sub-theme. Thran Spider gives us power stones. It also lets us pay mana to draw cards in itself. 2/4 against like mono red in the aggro deck. It's a pretty big wall. Mightstone, Meekstone, removal or card draw. Some Skitterbeam battalions on the top end. Circuit Mender, I was looking for ways to gain life, and then this also draws us a card, could be a blocker. And then Urbrask's Forge as a way to make, this is kind of our win condition in a way. You keep making tokens every turn to try to beat them down. If we do run into control or heavy removal decks, like this can pretty much solo some of those decks by keep pushing through damage. The rest of the deck is just killing things, strangles, cheap removal, volcanic spite. Thought here is this can hit planeswalkers, similar with obliterating bolt. I wanted something with 4 damage for things like Adeline. This can also, if we have like a bad hand or need to kind of put stuff away, we can do that. It helps us kind of shape our hand. Full 4 Brotherhood's End, full 4 Nahiri's Warcrafting. We are not going to die to Shielder today. Says hopefully. I may need like to put like one more removal spell in here. We'll see after some games. Mana base, playing 25 lands. Sokazan, a Blast Zone as removal. Demolition Fields to get rid of opponent's creature lands, and then some Myrex as another win condition. So let's give this a shot, see how it plays out. We are at Plat 4, the ladder just reset, so what better time to try out Big Red than now? So we'll cue this up. Standard metagames for best of 1. The full stats breakdown is up on my YouTube now. Depending on when you're catching this, best of 3 was just recorded literally right before this, so that should also be up there. So if you want to know the stats in terms of popularity of decks, as well as the best performing decks, those are all up on the channel. And as you can see right above my head as we queue up to opponent, we're trying to hit 10,000 subs on the channel. So if you want like stats-based stuff for all the formats on Arena or just gameplay, free, easy, and helps out the channel. So opponent goes first. I think I'm going to try this out. We have a removal spell if they're an aggressive deck. Looks like they're Esper Control. Domain. Okay, so they're gonna have Leyline. Just play this out. I actually like can't beat Atraxa. Let's give it a go. They could have like Wandering Emperor here. Sure. So this could be Bant Control. Could just be Simic. Depending what they play out next turn, I have access to Strangle plus Urbrask's Forge. What are the chances they're on Farewell? Doing this, because it might bait a counterspell out of them. I don't know if they're going to be on Farewell or not. This could just be Domain for Leyline Binding. But I think we just force here. If they have Farewell, then I'm going to lose to Farewell. Okay, Fading Hope it is. So we'll see, like, in this matchup, Forge is fantastic. Okay, Topiary Stomper. Could be getting close to blocking. Couple different options here. I could Koth to get a land. I can Mightstone, Meekstone, but I might need to do both for next turn if they have Atraxa. They will be able to attack in. This makes 2/2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. I think we're just gonna do Koth here. This gives us like another threat. So now they have to answer. We can try with the battalion. Like the line was Mightstone, Meekstone, but if they go Atraxa here, I want to be able to have an answer to it. Yeah, so we see the Atraxa. What's this do? Enters battlefield, search your library for instant or sorcery spell. So okay, so they're gonna search for Farewell there.
I'll never forget the home we lost.
One, two, three, four, five, six. See if we can get them. They don't do the Atraxa line there. Kind of annoying, because now I just die. Yeah. So I think we'll do this. And then do Mightstone, Meekstone next turn. They're going to gain 7 life. Oh, they just got Titan of Industry. Yeah, I'm dead. This isn't really a deck that you see at all, but gotta love we queue up with an artifact deck and we run into like the only person playing main board Titan of Industry in summer 2023. Just silly. Because that tutor that I'm like, if they're gonna have the white cards, they're gonna have Farewell on the sideboard. It seems like a good sideboard option, so I want to push as much damage that turn as possible. But there wasn't really a way for us to do Koth and everything. So this hand's a little sketch, so we're going to mull. We had this... Actually, I think we keep this. Because if they are aggressive, I have the Brotherhood's End. If not, we have like Circuit Mender. The Myrex can fix our mana, so we can have a sweeper. This could be soldiers, could be control. To be honest, if this is like blue-white control, I'm just going to concede the matchup. We're at plat 4. It's going to be a boring match. Okay, so no counter spell there. I went with that because it gets me closer to Skitterbeam. It also, this will provide me mana that I can activate either my Field of Ruins or my Myrex. Myrex can probably solo this matchup. Okay, Soul Partition's fine. I'm probably gonna jam Koth here, since I have the mana this turn. Yeah, especially if they're tapped out there. So they do have Soul Partition, so that's a way that they can reset Koths, but I can start playing like value-wise. I also have this that I can draw 2 cards. Okay, so they're on a similar... This is like a really weird set of games so far. We are indirectly helping to ramp our opponent. I can do this. If I do this, it's not enough to activate. This will force them, because now they have to answer either my Koth or my board as well. They could technically have another Soul Partition and a Revelry. But I want to present a couple different angles. Having both Demolition Fields out is good in this matchup. Okay, Urza 7 to meld, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might opt to draw cards here. We do. Did they find the Soul Partition? They did. All right. We'll decline here. So I think we're just gonna make a Myrex token here. Might have been right to play the second Koth. But I didn't have the land to kill this here. Could we not tap like that? That would be great. It wants to tap all mine or none of mine. Kill this Urza here.
Then I will Mirrodin. Lend me your flame.
And I think we just go on the Myrex plan, to be honest. I could blow up a land if needed. They go Memory Deluge. They could technically have Soul Partition, but I think that's fine anyways. Celestis might be something to consider. Can gain us some life. That's a card I forgot was in the set. Oh, what's happening? This could be the Wandering Emperor out of them. Or Urbrask's Forge is another nice one. So I think as long as we're continuing to put pressure, they need to answer a few of my threats. And I think this turn... Okay, so they have the Wandering Emperor.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it like water. My judgment is...
To be honest, I'm just gonna kill the Emperor here. Deals 3 damage to each creature, each planeswalker. Oh no, no, my Koth! Oh, that was dumb. That was dumb. Shouldn't have done that. That was dumb. That was dumb. Didn't need to do that. Okay, so they found their demolition field. Should find him another copy of the Emperor, potentially. I should have had a Koth out here. Okay, good sign. So now I can blow up their demolition field. So that gives me a chance. So I don't know what Ursa does. Artifacts instance cost 2 less, draw 2 cards, discard, create 2 soldiers, exile, non-land permanent. They have enough mana regardless of it. So I think start off with this. And I'm going to field it after I play this. The reason being is they could have like a 3 mana counter spell. And I didn't want to expose Koth to the 3 mana counter. I don't know where all these mono red players are. I would love to take action. So if this dies, we draw a card. This is putting pressure. This is putting pressure. They should have taken my Myrex off, I think. I don't know if digging with Celestis was necessarily the most efficient line. So they could have Wandering Emperor here. Start by going to combat. They're digging. Seen 1 Emperor so far. This just dies or leaves the battlefield. So even if it gets exiled, we get the effect. These forges have been really good. Okay, so we see Emperor here.
Run away. You'll be safer.
Draw us a card. Thank you. So they did have counter spells, so it's important to note they had at least the Make Disappear as like a 2-mana counter. Volcanic Sprite's actually really good. I'm gonna put back this Thran Spider.
Until next time, then.
Not enough. I play this for 5. That makes mana. If I play this for 5, it makes 2. I'm still short, but that draws me cards, which could be relevant. I could play like Jaya out, potentially. I think we just do this. In case they have like another sweeper, we have access. There's a line where we didn't flip Celestis, but I think it's fine anyways. We got to keep pushing through here. Okay, so they did have Sunfall. They've used 3 Soul Partitions at this point. Okay, so they have the Urza for the meld. And they can exile. Jeez. Well, wasn't expecting the Steel Seraph here. So they probably make tokens here. And then exile Urabrask's Forge. Oh, they're just gonna go draw root here.
You are outwitted and outmatched.
What's its ultimate? Okay, so just planar cleansing one-sided.
Anything made can be unmade.
So make the Myrex token. Oh, that's so good. So, Warcrafting.
This experiment has concluded.
Koth.
I'm ready to.
Kill Steel Seraph.
This is for the fallen.
Alright, we're getting close. Getting close. Myrex has been carrying this game. I've not had to crack this bad boy yet, but I'm gonna start here because if they exile it, I don't care. They're at like huge amounts of mana. So are we actually. Ours just kind of get lumped together at the 9 spot. Urabrask Forge is pretty solid, all things considered. I think we probably want another copy of that. mean, might as well. What's another 400 mana for them? Maybe I should have drawn there, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference. We have one more Forge in the deck. Okay, so they did find their Myrex. We're gonna strip mine that. I guess this is worse if they have Sunfall. They're at 19 cards in library, so they've also seen just a ton of cards. Okay, so they're looking for an answer here.
Win the quick way or the fun way.
Okay, they're gonna search their outside zone. It's probably Sunset Revelry, my guess. Come on, friend. Okay, so they had the Revelry in hand, which works out pretty well for them. They are kind of just getting low on cards, which is also encouraging. This will take another card out of their deck, so they're somewhat limited in how much they have left to search. I think we're gonna start by drawing 2 here. Actually, are they just dead? They're just dead. Classic Mightstone, Meekstone, your 1/1. Alright, we almost won with poison too, so. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. The only reason I stuck around that one because it was actually interesting the way they were built. We were just like 2 artifact decks going at it. I did like the Forge a lot. I think we're going to get rid of Blast Zone. We're going to go up a copy of Myrex. Could probably trim a Mightstone, Meekstone because it's a little slow. Go up another Forge. Because like the Mightstone was kind of stuck in our hand. It's good against Geoldred, but we also have Nahiri's Warcrafting that can be used there, so there's a couple different like options we can go with for that matchup. So if we like don't run into Atraxa decks are okay. I'd also like to just try to play against an actual like tier 1 deck just to get a feel for this deck. Opponent goes first. Brotherhood's End in a Dream. Brotherhood's End in a Dream. Esper Legends. Life of Toshiro. Sure. Black-white midrange. go Circuit Mender here. This will flip. I wanted to wait to sweep up both of them. Okay, we did get access to Strangle. Okay, they did transform there, which makes it a little worse. So I think in that case, I'm gonna Brask Forge and Strangle to flip it back. They could have Wandering Emperor here, which blows us out, but yeah. Let's just go to next game.
And I will protect my people.
The flip kind of got us there. No point, like we're not dead that turn, but they have such a board state, and I can't answer all three of those. My Brotherhood's End's kind of limited. Koth wasn't going to be enough to hit it either. So a little unfortunate. Was hoping that they played something that turn. But really, when you're trying out new decks and you're not playing against established decks, you kind of take it as is, right? Am I going to try to beat that black-white mid-range deck? No. Like, if it happens, it happens. That's not really a matchup we're planning for. We want to try to play against, like, an actual common deck, because that's the things, like, you would naturally play against. So this hand's kind of slow. I think we'll keep this one, put a Myrex back. Hopefully it's an aggro deck. So that other hand would have been much better against what appears to be black-white. Okay, with the second one here, I'm just going to take the damage this turn, and then I'm going to Brotherhood's End. Just take the 2 for 1. Next turn, if I have to, I have access to Spite. And Strangle for Shieldred. Okay, Trespasser, kind of annoying. Would have obviously liked to hit it. I don't want to discard a card here, so I think it's fine to trade there. So they're trying to find lands here. Something like Koth would be nice. So they're getting rid of all their removal. I think we're just doing this and then making a Myrex token. So
We all have things we'd rather forget.
get rid of the Spite there. Make a token.
You're gonna regret that.
Just get rid of Liliana here.
This isn't how things were
So I'm going to hold this in case they have another Liliana to discard. Sokazan here. They could have Gix command. So maybe I should have held that. Nice thing is with Warcrafting, at least it could draw me some cards. Vraska. Hello.
The reign of flesh is over. Embrace the inevitable.
Demolition Field's really nice. Get rid of their Myrex. So I can just like clean one shot, but I think we do this. I want to save this for Shieldred. I think it's important to have the answer there. Because the way they come back from this is Shieldred, which we see. So, big brain plays. Draw here. Kill this. So they go up to 6 poison here. So we're out of cards, but they need a sweeper. If they're on the Vraska and they're on the other Shieldred, I don't think they're going to be on Gix command as well. And then if I need to, these Sokazan tokens could come in handy. Okay, so they are on Brotherhood's end. So we're both in top deck mode. The early blood tokens came in handy. The problem is I don't have a discard outlet. Just gonna get rid of this now. Technically it thins out their land, but they can make a token in response. Problem is this flips now. Okay, so they found Arena. I mean, we're really close on this race here. Like, in terms of poison. But if I don't find an answer, I'm just dead to this next turn. And we're just dead. That's so annoying. So annoying. Had so many draws that game that we could have found stuff. We just needed them to not have Brotherhood's End there. We had the answer for Shieldred, which was the right play. You don't draw your... The fact it was Trespasser, if it was another creature, then maybe there's a chance. So all little like interesting lines there. Let's try this out. We do need a land. We haven't played a single mono red or mono white deck. And naturally, we're running into Esper control. Well, I kept this hand thinking we were playing against creature deck. Give me one more land, please. One more land, please. One land, one time. What if you're just like Esper Legends? How about that? Okay. Just gonna try and make Myrex tokens for the entire game. I don't understand what's up with this. Especially beginning of the season, you think everyone would be on aggro. Oh. Esper Poison. Who had that queued up? They're on Augury. Proliferate my forge for me. Cool. Cool game. You missed a line drop. You die. Give this one more. I just want to play against mono red or mono white. I just want to see if the deck's like viable there. I'm still upset about that Rakdos game. We needed like one more threat. One more card in hand, just something. Okay, we go first. Show me an aggro deck. Mono blue tempo. I mean, let's go. Start throwing out threats. Spell Pierce. Feels so bad. Stop trying Demolition Fields. This matchup's probably terrible. Do you have negate? We can play around, make disappear. Because if this sticks, then it pretty much wins us the game. Against this deck, our line is play cards. If they have to use 2 make disappears here. Yeah, they're 14 cards in. They drew 3 of their soft counters. If these were Myrex, would have been so much better. Just make a token every turn. But now they're gonna draw a bunch of cards and get us that way. We have Warcrafting. It can give us some value. Let's go. Let's go. Body with a body Djinn and Terror. Let's see what they do here. A impulse. This is ward 2, so I can't deal with it yet. I could have stacked both these. I think next turn we just tried doing the... Start here. They diggin'. Go negate. Would have been decent, but because that pays for its own ward. Another hottie. Promise. They're just gonna find so much stuff here. Oh, this game's so boring. Yeah, Standard's crap. Deck was interesting, but these aren't really the tier decks. We built it to beat mono white, mono red. Played 6 games, didn't run to it at all, but honestly, Standard needs an injection. This format's so boring. In any case, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great one. Stay safe out there.